Hey y'all, this is Angela, and welcome to the show Hodgepodge. This show is not about one thing, this show is about everything. Because in this old crazy world that we're living in, there is lots to discuss. So I hope you'll sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Now let's get started with today's episode. Hey y'all, and welcome to another episode of a Hodgepodge with Angela. I am your host, Angela, and I want to put this out there that if anybody's interested in joining me on a show, send me an email at hodgepodgewithangela@gmail.com or call me on the hotline 404-939-7720. Basically, all you need is an internet or your phone or whatever, and you can join me right here. Or if you have any questions, as always, you can call in on that hotline, leave your messages, and I may just put it right here on the show. But in today's episode, I am going to talk about saving money. This year coming up, 2023, for me is all about saving money. I know a lot of people, they put out goals for the year, and some people do health and that kind of thing. But this year, I'm going to be trying my best to save some money. One thing, because I am the worst at it. I've always been bad at saving money. I've never really done a budget until recently, and I've talked about that in an earlier show. But this year, I really want to save some money in 2023 because everything has gotten so out of hand, so overpriced. I just can't afford it anymore. I mean, now one of the things that I'm doing to save money is I have signed up for a frugal, I think it's called Frugal Fun or something like that. I found her on YouTube. I did buy her menu plan, and I'm following that. I'm into by the time you listen to this, will be my third week into it. And I have only spent $100 per week at the grocery store buying dinners. Now, I have spent a little bit more buying other items, but the main thing is dinners for $100, and it's not been bad. So I'm going to post that link in the show notes for you to go over and check that out. Basically, it's a menu plan. She gives you the instructions or the ingredients on how to fix it, what to buy, and all that good stuff. So it's a really good plan, and you can also follow her on YouTube. She has an Instagram page, and she replies. One of the things that I love about these people that put out all of these different social media platforms is a reply, and she does reply. Another thing that I'm going to do in 2023 to save some money is I'm using a shopping app called Rakuten, and I've heard about it. There was something similar to this many years ago, and I can't remember what it was called. And basically, there were some stores, just like Rakuten, there's some stores there that if you go through the app, you can save money, and they stored in an account, and once you get to $100, they'll send you a check or put it into PayPal. I have opted for the check, and I've already saved probably about $20. So I just have to remember to shop through that app versus going straight to the app. Like I bought some stuff from Walmart the other day, and I had to remember to go through the Rakuten app. The only thing is, like for the Walmart app, especially because that's the one I've used the most, there were some things that they gave you more cash back on. Like I did buy some dog treats, and they didn't give me as much cash back on that. But cash back is cash back, in my opinion. Another thing that I'm going to start doing is I have never done this, but I'm going to do it. And if anybody has had any luck or any horror stories with this, please reach out and let me know. I think I'm going to start buying my groceries through ClickList or one of the services offered at the local grocery stores. I know Walmart has their version. We have Kroger near me. They have their version. I'm not going to try Instacart yet because I know that their fee's a little higher, but I am going to try to shop with a ClickList so that way, I can save money. Because if you guys are like me, you go down the grocery store aisle and you start throwing things in your buggy that are not on your grocery list, and then you've spent tons of money. And that's one of the things that I am so guilty of, and I'm really going to try to do better in 2023. And I'm really starting it now. I'm not waiting till 2023 to start these. I'm starting all of this right now. but is to truly make myself a shopping list, because I have been the worst. And Hubby B will tell you, just going to the grocery store, throwing it in the cart, throwing it in the cart, throwing it in the cart. You get to the checkout and you thought you had $100 and you end up with $175 in your cart. And while before it wasn't that crazy, but now that inflation's killing us, I have to be more mindful. So I'm going to try the click list this year. Another thing I'm going to do is when I do shop from Amazon, which I shop from Amazon quite a bit, there are a lot of sellers out there that will give you coupons. And y'all, I have missed those coupons. Those coupons will be sitting there and I won't select them. And I don't know why. It's not like I have money to burn. I've just never paid attention to that. And I've started noticing it a lot more. Like I bought a planner that I'm going to talk about here in just a minute. And they gave a 20% off coupon and I almost missed it. So if you're shopping through Amazon, make sure that you look for those coupons. Even if it's, 5%, 2% or whatever, a savings is a savings. So make sure you look for your Amazon coupons. Another thing that you can do to save money is go through your closet and start selling your things that you are no longer using on some of these platforms like Mercari, Poshmark, eBay. Now, the only problem with these platforms is you do have to pay, a percentage of the item sold. But if it's sitting in your closet, not making any money, you can sell it and make a little bit of money. I've sold bunches of things on Poshmark. Poshmark is probably one of the easiest selling platforms that I have used. You basically take a couple of pictures, you give it a description, and you put a price on it. And the seller pays the shipping. You can't communicate back and forth with the seller or anyone that wants to make an offer on the items that you have for sale. All that's done through the app. Once an item sells, you go in, you print the shipping label, and I put mine out at my mailbox, or I watch for my mailman to come, and then I run out the item. Just today, right before I started recording this podcast, I sold a pair of shoes on there. A young man bought them, or I say a young man, but he bought them. I put them in a box. The mailman heard the mailman coming. I popped the label on it, went out. It's gone. And the good thing with Poshmark is by the time it receives the buyer, they have 3 days to say whether they don't like it. And usually Poshmark is pretty good. As long as you put everything detailed in the description, the buyer can't come back and say, oh, well, they didn't tell me this, that, or the other. Like if it has a spot, make sure you say that your item has a spot, or if it has a tear or something, make sure that you list out everything, because as the seller, you do have rights. And if you post it and they buy it, then most of the time Poshmark will side with you, the seller. But it's really easy. They'll put it in your bank account or they'll send you a check. I opt for my bank account. It just makes it easier for me. I've sold a couple things on eBay. I've never sold anything on Mercari that I can think of, but Poshmark is really, really easy. And another thing that I'm doing for 2023 is I have a bank account that I'm going to use just for my groceries, because I was going out and getting cash, and that's just become kind of a hassle for me. So I have a bank account that I've not used in a long time. It just sort of sits there with maybe a couple of dollars in it. And I'm going to, every payday, I'm going to move $200 from my checking account into that account. And every week I'm going to use that checking account to buy my groceries. And I'm going to see at the end of the year what's left. And hopefully, I've got my fingers crossed that there will be monies left in that account. So hopefully, I'm still filming podcasts, and at the end of 2023, I will let y'all know how much is left in that bank. Even if I break even, then that means that I only spent my budget of $100 a week on groceries, which is the goal. And the last thing that I'm going to do for 2023 is to help me stay on budget and saving money is I bought a planner. And you might be saying, well, you're wanting to save money. Why did you buy a planner? Well, I bought a planner to help me track everything. I know a lot of people use their phone and that kind of thing to track. But y'all, I found this amazing planner. And it's from a company called the Passionate Penny Pincher. And I have a video about this planner over on my YouTube channel that I will link as well. But this planner is going to help me track everything. There's a daily blessings, which I think we should all be thankful for our blessings. And it also has a place for me to mark down every day monies that I spend to kind of keep it in the forefront of my mind of monies that I'm spending. For example, I had to go buy something for my hair the other day, and it was something different that I normally wouldn't spend, my money on. And I jotted that down. So at the end of the week, I want to see, or the end of the month, what I want to see what I've spent monies on that I really shouldn't have spent money on, or did I really need that? So I think these type of things are going to really help me track and save money in 2023. And then the last thing that I want to mention is an app called Fetch. And this is an app that has been out there a while. And if you've seen it, it's not a scam. I use it. I'm going to post a link for that in the show notes. If you don't use it, you can go over. You can click on this link, and I believe you'll go ahead and get some points in your account. I think 4,000 points if you sign up through this link. And y'all, I've gotten $25 back from this app. Now, a lot of people don't want to use these kind of apps because they feel like, we're being tracked on everything that we spend. Well, you think if you don't use your debit card at Walmart, you're not being tracked. You are. So I don't have a problem with it. I've been on social media since Facebook first came out. So I don't have a problem with using social media and these type apps. I know Hubby B has a different opinion of it, and that's something that we don't see eye to eye on. But anyway, there's an app called Fetch, and every dollar that you spend or every receipt that you have, you snap a picture into this Fetch app, and it will give you points based on what you've spent. And those points add up. And once you reach a certain points balance, you can trade that in for gift cards. And it will show you, because the premise of the app is these companies want us to buy their products. So they're going to give us more points for products that we buy. Like, for example, I'm not a Pepsi drinker. I'm a Coke drinker. But one day at the grocery store, they didn't have Coke. They had Pepsi. So I had to buy Pepsi. And I didn't know that Fetch was giving back like double points for Pepsi. So I got a lot of extra points for buying those Pepsi. So they will tell you the products that they give you extra points for. Now, the minimum points you get is 25. So regardless of whatever receipt you scan in there, you're going to get 25 points. And I scan everything, y'all. I scan going out to eat receipts. I scan them from all of my groceries. I scan them from anything that I do. I put that receipt in there, and it does not matter. There's a couple of restaurants around here where we live that are, they're not chains, so they're not recognized by the app. But once you take a picture of your receipt, you can fill in the information like the name, the date, and the amount, and that kind of thing, because it will ask you for it if it's not recognized. But I have gotten $25 back toward Amazon, and I just linked it right up with my Amazon account, and that $25 went in there. And like I say, you can save it. Like I save mine up, like right now, I think I'm at 10,000 points because I cashed it in, but you can start cashing it in up to $3, So it's a really good app. And I do recommend you guys clicking on that link in the show notes and sign up for Fetch. But that is how we here in the Hodgepodge house are going to save money, hopefully, in 2023. So just to recap, I'm going to try the quick list. I'm going to start using my Amazon coupons. I'm using Rakuten to shop with. I'm going to try the grocery store through the click list. I've never done that before. It makes me a little nervous, but I'm going to try it anyway. And if I don't like it, I don't have to keep using it. And I'm going to go into my closet and start selling things that I no longer need or wear. Now, what I do with the Poshmark thing, I just want to add this because a lot of people probably are going to say, well, why don't you just donate it? I donate a lot. You would not believe how much I donate. I donate hats that I make for the homeless shelter. I donate blankets to the cancer treatment center. And I also donate things from my closet. If I don't get any money for it, I don't think I can get any money for it on Poshmark, I will take it and donate. And just because I do have some things that I can no longer get into, and I do want to try to sell those instead. But anyway, that is the show for today. If you have any questions about any of this, remember you can always email me at hodgepodgewithangela@gmail.com. If you want to be a participant on the show, write me and let me know that you would like to participate. I think it would be a lot of fun. And if you have any questions or any comments, you want to send a text message, you can always text, call the hotline. The number's 404-939-7720. If you want to sign up for Rakuten or Fetch, click in the show notes. I'm going to put both of those links there. And if you have any questions or want to see that planning video, click on that link to go over to my YouTube channel. And as always, thank you guys for joining me for another episode, and I'll see you next time right here at Hodgepodge with Angela. Bye, y'all.